I would like to introduce Valerya to you a little bit before she starts speaking, because she's actually a co-founder of BetaCodex Network. And she joins us from Brazil today. And the long history I refer to is going back to 2006. So she got in touch in 2006 with what we call today BetaCodex Network. And by that time, she was a highly experienced top executive at an international packaging company. And it took her just a few months after she got in touch with it, and she put a transformation, her company at a transformation because she thought this is a good thing to do, and this BetaCodex idea is how a company should be working. 2 years later, in 2008, Valerya and Niels joined forces and they created the BetaCodex Network. But at this time, they called it Beyond Budget Transformation Network. So that's the roots of BetaCodex Network. And you can also find some of her work in the BetaCodex Network white paper, and there should be a link in the session that Valerya gives later on. So if you're interested in that, please have a look there. Yeah, ever since, Valerya has had several Brazilian companies to move to beta, and she's passionate about it, to create radically centralized sales structures. And today she is happy to share her wisdom and insight that she gathered over the last 14 years of her work with beta. So we are pleased to have you here. I hand the mic over to you, Valerya. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Ulrike. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Peter, to invite me here today. I love the idea of this meetup. Well, I have spent a few days to decide which would be the best way to contribute with today's meetup. I have come to conclusion that I want to share with you my 14-year experience of the BetaCodex companies in Brazil. That given my challenge became making 14 years fit into 10 minutes. Here I am, ready for it. Let's start. In mid-2006, I was the general manager of a Portuguese company located in Brazil that had 8 factories in 3 different states with around 600 employees. I was then trying to answer important questions. How could I solve the performance problems of the company? How could I make people management or team management focus on the client possible? News flagging showed me the answer. On October 2006, I attended an event where Niels gave a talk. He demonstrated how to adopt a management model completely different from the current one and totally compatible with the 21st century, beyond budget. And that time I was, wow, what hell is this? I left the talk filled with many doubts. I immediately started a series conversations and debate with Niels, very strong debates. Our goal was to understand in this new movement in a deeper way. One day, Niels told me, Valerya, you must have to experiment. You know everything. Only the practice gives you a way to prove that beyond the budget is a way to build high-performing organization. Let's try. In the beginning of 2007, I was totally convinced that it was possible to make this transformation. Then I decided that I would implement in the company I work for and hired Nils as a consultant, as my advisor and consultant. We started the project. The name of the project was Decentralize, Lead, and Growth. After a year of hard work that involved from the directs to all the employees of all the 8 factories, many changes took place and the results of the transformation became visible. Through the autonomy given to the teams in the factories, many production problems were solved, increased performance and the satisfaction of the client. And the good news was the new contracts were signed. I never stopped. In 2008, I became co-founder of the BetaCodex Network, along with Nils, Robin Frazee, and Gebhardt. Our goal was to help organizations to adopt the beta. Making it happen was our proposal. In 2009, based on the idea of making the beta a reality in the organization, I chose to dedicate myself entirely to make it happen. Work as a consultant and business mentor in Brazil, I have helped people and companies to adopt beta. Some of the projects were successful, others no. It can happen for many reasons. I believe in the power of transformation that beta has. It is not a fixed model. Rather, it's a model that unfolds from exercising things, share what was learning, and debates on the various ways of practicing of 12 principles. For me, it is all about a shared knowledge of the human nature and how the human nature influences our organizations. If we do not explain how people are to our organization, it becomes virtually impossible to have management process and tools, not to mention leadership. This was of the greatest lesson that I learned practicing beta. Organizations are formed by people. Only then are able to deal effectively with the complexity we are experiencing. The organization creation of value begins with the people in the organization. Individual mastery is the only viable mechanism for solving problems in a complex environment. People learn by practicing, by dealing with the reality of their work, and with inspiring interactions, sharing, informal networks, and communities oriented by practicing. It is necessary to adopt dialogues, transparency, and decentralization. It is necessary to make way for people by practicing autonomy and responsibility. Transformation is imperative. For me, we are already late. What prevents us from share and transformation organization into beta? This is my question for you guys today. Hope we can answer it together in this meetup. Thank you.